So here now we are going to discuss something called API, stands for Application Programmable Interface, or it is in a piece of code where it is going to allow different applications to talk to each other or communicate with each other, or else we can say that API is responsible for providing the connectivity between two different applications so that they can exchange the information, or it's a kind of messaging which takes the request from one application and it forward back that request to the next application to get back the result. So if you take an example of a hotel, so you are a visitor, so you'll be visiting to the hotel, and in order to order some food, you'll be having some menu. So from this menu, you will be selecting any one of the item and you will be calling up your waiter and you will be placing the order and he will be informing that to kitchen in order to prepare the food, right? So this waiter is going to act like something called API, where he will be noting down the information or the order whatever you have requested, and he will be requesting that to kitchen in order to prepare the food. So once your food has been prepared, so you will be getting that to your waiter, and that waiter is going to place on your table so that you can able to eat the food. So it is in a general example where in order to understand how the API is going to work. So if you take an example of a network, so where you are a user who is requesting some information which is presented on the database or presented on the server. So whenever you are trying to access it, so you'll be sending a request. Upon that request, you are able to get the response. So in between to send and receive the request, there is an API where it is going to be involved in order to send the request and get back the information from two different applications. So likewise, if you take an example of any one of the airline websites where you can able to book a flight ticket, so probably you'll be entering the URL, let's say airasia.com or some website. So you will be filling up your details from where to where, from your source to destination, and you will be selecting the date and you will be clicking on a search button, right? So once you click on search, it is going to show you all the available flight details, and it is going to show you the timings of your flights and how many seats has been available in order to book. So you'll be selecting any one of the flight and you'll be clicking on a book option in order to book the ticket. So likewise, this is some general examples where how the APIs are going to work in general. And coming to the examples where already we have discussed, like booking the flight tickets or booking any kind of hotel rooms, or if you want to see any kind of weather information, weather updates like AccuWeather, where it is going to show you the information about your weather, or if you are doing any kind of online payments where the payment gateways are going to be used, something called Application Programmable Interface, where whenever you are trying to make any kind of payments on the website, so probably you will be selecting some options here. So once you click on this, it is going to ask you what is a bank you have to select. So once you select the bank, it is going to ask you to enter the details of your card, and then you will be proceeding further to make some payments. Or like if you take an example of Twitter bots or WhatsApp Messenger bots, where automatically it is going to send the responses or send the messages, so where the API is going to involve over there. So now we need to understand how the API is going to work. So let's take an example. You are a user where you'll be using your mobile phone or in a laptop or in a desktop in order to get some information which is stored in the database. So here on your mobile phones, you'll be installing your applications, right? You'll be installing some applications. So probably if you want to access anything, you'll be opening up the application by clicking on it. So it is going to send the request to your API So API is going to send the query to the database which is resided somewhere, or your server, so where you will be having the information. So this information is going to send back to your API, which is nothing but response. And again, this API is going to be responsible to deliver that information to the end user, what you are trying to access. So whenever it was sending to this end user, it is going to be in a readable format where user can able to understand. So this is what a basic examples of API and understanding the APIs, how the APIs is going to work. Yep, thank you.